Good morning and hello, this is Åsa with a new process video. Today I'm sharing 3 photos from when we went to Furuvik, which is an amusement park slash water park slash zoo, not far from where we live. And we went there for the first time this summer, or it was in August, so end of summer. And we had a perfect day. Some rain, but it was the first rain in months, so it didn't matter. It was actually quite nice to get some rain on us. So we started the day with the zoo part of the park and watched all the animals, and it was lovely as usual. And my favorite was the orangutan. I had never seen such a huge ape in my whole life. It was just hilarious. He looked like I don't know. It was just a lot of hair, fur, and he was so much fun to watch. And then we went on for just one ride at the amusement park part of the park, and we chose this ride where you sit in teacups and they are spinning around, and it was the first ride that my kids went on that we could actually go with them. They have been on those smaller kind of rides where you sit in like a train and it goes around on a track. But this was for all of us, and it was the one that we thought would fit them. Most of the rides on the amusement park were for a lot older kids. But this was fun for all of us, and I think that we could have gone a couple of more times if it hadn't cost a lot of money, and it was a really short ride, so we wanted to move on, and we had the water park ahead of us and wanted to spend time there as well, so we just rode one time on this teacup ride. I have chosen a background paper from Create Paper. It's got these vintage kind of grandmother saucers, and I think it was really the perfect paper for this layout. I have die cut 5 coffee cups from a die set that I have. I think it's from Quick Cuts. It cuts not only this kind of cup, but one of those paper takeaway mugs, and some of other coffee and tea things, like a spoon and a tea bag and those things. But the cup was perfect for this layout, since we actually sat in a large cup. I have saved some ticket stubs, and I think they look like more ads, like ephemera ads from the Create Paper, the Pier collection from last year, so I wanted to use them on this layout. The coffee cups have a part where where you can see the inside of the cup, and I decided to take that out and cover it with my brown glitter tape and put it back, so it will look like coffee in the cup. And I will make that with 5 of these die cut cups. I also thought that doilies were a must-have on this layout to go with that beautiful background paper and the coffee, the tea party theme of the whole thing. So I placed the doilies both behind the photos and in the little bottom cluster there. I have cut away some of the fiddling around with small pieces of paper that I did with this layout. I don't think I had it planned in any way before I started, so I had a lot of different ideas that I tried out and which never really ended up on the layout. So to make this film a bit shorter, I decided to cut away a lot of that trying and testing. You get your fair share of that anyway, I promise you. I'm cutting away some of the doily that was sticking out of the paper, and then I thought that I could use the rest of it somewhere else, but I think I decided not to. The title for this layout will be Our Cup of Coffee, and I am spelling it with Quickut's font that is called Star, and it is one of my go-to fonts that I use often, both in uppercase and lowercase, but also in only uppercase for really bold titles. The spelling of coffee isn't my cup of coffee, I can say. I needed to look that up because I thought it looked really strange to me, so I'm glad I looked it up, or I would have spelled it with only one E. These are sticky note arrows from Smash set that I bought a long time ago. I really like those arrows and banners, and I have used them on many layouts, but never this many. So I used up the whole stack of red arrows here, and it felt like a real accomplishment. On the Facebook group of Nicole Jones 911, the October challenge was to use up packages of embellishments, and I didn't really take part in that challenge, but I really appreciate the feeling it gives to use up stuff that you've had in your stash for a long time. And I used up at least one thing here. I think those small cups turned out really nice with the glitter coffee in them. What I think is a bit sad with when you buy dies like this is that you can't use them that many times without getting bored of them. And I really, when I buy them, I think, oh, this set I will use so many times for this and that, and I will make so many cards inviting people for coffee and everything. But that's just something I tell myself so that I can buy it, I think, because that's never true. But every time I get to use a die like this on a page, I'm happy, because I really bought those to use them also, but of course to own them as well. The arrows will symbolize the ride going round and round and round, and I think they fitted the amusement park theme a lot, and the color went really well with both the background paper and the color I'd chosen for my title. I use my glue pen to adhere the letters to the background. When I'm done with the title, I kind of realized that I needed something more on this page, something that would be a more subtle kind of embellishment. So I brought out a roller stamp and stamped with my Colorbox fluid chalk ink in brown in a couple of places all around the layout, just so to tie the whole thing together a bit more, and without making such a big impact. So just a couple of words around the page. I really love that ink pad. I've had it for a long time, and I think it's perfect. It's just the right shade. It's called Chestnut Roan, the color. Then I realized that the title got lost, especially the off, and then I decided to outline the letters with a pen, a brown pen, pretty much the same color as I did the stamping with, and that's pretty much it. The layout is done. I think it was a fun way of making an amusement park layout and get the motion of the ride with the arrows. And the coffee is always nice. Here are some still photos. You can see that my son is very excited, bordering on a bit afraid. So this is it for today. Have a nice time and see you soon. This is Åsa.